Level of waste in Tinubu government is unprecedented in Nigeria. Kaide Ogundamisi says. So everybody is not seeing the waste because first of all, he has a bloated cabinet, and two, the amount of money flying around within the lawmakers is just something else. Quite unfortunate. Okay, and then attending all the international functions with crowd. Lastly, this one they went to uh, from one international trip they have made, going to US for the UNGA, United Nations General Assembly, going to where Dubai with almost 1,411 people. All of these are just ways of wasting Nigerians' money. I tell you the truth. Traveling around the world with the highest entourage ever in the history of Nigeria is a waste. Setting up bloated cabinet is a waste. So let's see what Ogundamisi is trying to say here. Inflation has sent the price of basic commodities out of reach of many ordinary Nigerians, thereby deepening the poverty and despair prevalent in the land. Former Secretary General of the Yoruba Sociocultural Group Oodua People's Congress (OPC), Mr. Kaide Ogundamisi, has expressed shock over what he describes as wasteful and frivolous spending under the Bola Tinubu's presidency. The UK-based political commentator made the remarks during an exclusive interview with Rudolph Okonkwo on 90 Minutes Africa. The amount of money that is being spent on frivolities under this government is shocking, and it is not something that any Nigerian should be proud of, Mr. Gundamisi said. Remember the issue of the presidential yacht, where about 5 billion naira was expended. There is just so much waste that I hope will be nipped in the bud before the next budget cycle. The level of economic hardship among Nigerians has worsened drastically since May 29, when Bola Tinubu took over the helm of governance of the country. This is caused by the twin policies of petrol subsidy removal and floating of the currency, which has resulted in a steep fall in the value of the naira and an erosion of the purchasing power of many Nigerians. Inflation has sent the price of basic commodities out of reach of many ordinary Nigerians, thereby deepening the poverty and despair prevalent in the land. However, the government has continued to insist that the hardship faced by Nigerians is necessary for the country to achieve economic prosperity in the near future. However, as ordinary Nigerians are going through this economic strangulation, political office holders across the board are upping their obscenities and lusurious spending at the expense of the meager resources of the nation. Describing this disconnect between the Tinubu government and the Nigerian people, the former scribe of the University of Jos Students Union said it is just like biting Nigerians and being nonchalant about their feelings. Commenting on the 10 billion naira appropriated for the refurbishment of the presidential lodge in Lagos, Mr. Ogundamisi said, I don't know when last any president used Dodam Barracks in Lagos, and I see no reason why President Tinubu cannot continue to go home to his sprawling mansion in Bodilon, Ikoyi, just to save Nigeria some money. The amount of money that is being spent on frivolities under this government is shocking, and it's not something that any Nigerian should be proud of. The political commentator also drew attention to the dysfunction in the Tinubu government, which allows even low-level political appointees to display their luxurious lifestyle on social media at the same time that the government is forcing austerity measures down the throats of Nigerians. He recalled the statement of the presidential spokesperson Nigerian Gelale telling Nigerians that President Tinubu has given directives that he wouldn't tolerate any jumbo contingent to the climate change conference COP28 in Dubai, to which Nigeria ended up with a delegation of over 1,100 people, most of whom had no business with climate change. He asked if anyone listening to the president within the government. the ticket cost from Lagos to London is 2 million naira on economy class, and you have sixth level government appointees flying business class to Dubai, Ogundamisi said in astonishment. He said with Nigeria's economic situation, taking 100 people to Dubai should be considered wasteful. And that is true. And that is true. So actually what Ogundamisi is saying is not new, and Nigerians are not surprised because it's what everybody has been saying. Almost everybody is saying the same thing. You are going for COP28 in Dubai for climate change conference, and you are taking 1,411 people who have no business going to Dubai. So what does that mean? Those people just traveled, used that medium to go to Dubai just because Dubai government had actually blocked Nigerians from coming to Dubai even on vacation. Yeah? Look at the people, the number of entourage you took to United Nations General Assembly in New York. Okay, what about other trips that he has made with plenty of people that have no reason, no business with such trips? And even within the country, the Senate, the House of Rep are living in affluence, okay, buying cars. We are talking about buying presidential yachts, spending money on frivolities at the expense of ordinary Nigerians. Not acceptable. Not acceptable. It's actually a government of waste. Some say, no, Tinubu is already rich, okay? Those not need, okay, he does not need Nigeria's money. It is his turn to be president. Abi, that was what his wife said. Now Tinubu's wife said that Tinubu is already rich and does not need Nigeria's money. Okay, but it's wasting Nigeria's money, which is a very bad one. And somebody said when a government has no idea, he wastes resources. We are having a government who thinks governing a country is like his drug cartel. Okay, what do you expect? He sees the money keeps coming but has no formal plan on what to do. He is busy flying around the world while his citizens are in abject hunger. We have been sold so what we don't eat by we have been sold what we don't eat by the Western nations. Okay, those who never wanted anything good for Nigeria but their money and natural resources. You have to spend heavily to relocate to their countries while at the same time dictating how we should be ruled until God stands for us, the masses, and use them as a lesson for others, just as he did to Shagari and Abacha. The most wasteful government in the history of Nigeria, especially Yorubas of tribal bigotry. Yes, that is it. Quite unfortunate I could not read fully your last response to my post. Don't know why. However, I could understand from my partial reading, okay, could understand from my partial reading that you don't see my post as meaningful. If that is the way you see my well-articulated and positively message pregnant post, then your high level of pretense, embitterment, and hatred is obvious. Hence, I have just realized that it amounts to sheer time wasting if I insist on making you understand what you have made up your mind not to understand. All of them are crying under 6 months of the calamity they supported. Indiara, Indiara. Indiara, Indiara, I tell you. Quite unfortunate. So that is it. Okay? All the people that supported this government at the beginning are the people that are crying. All the people that told them this government is not going to work are already moving on and nothing is going to stop them. And that is it. Well, Ogundamisi has said his own, but what he has said is exactly what Nigerians are feeling and what Nigerians are saying. It's not new. Well, with the government listening? No, they will not listen. Thank you for listening. Let's have a comment over what Ogundamisi has said.